968 days till New Holland. Crypto fear and greed index is at 30%, which is fear. And Bitcoin is currently trading at the 45.2k. We had this current trading channel, which would be 46.7k and 44.2k. Again, we are seeing some more touches of this resistance and support, so you can imagine this trading channel is becoming much more significant, or resistances and supports becomes much more significant. Also, we had a dead cross on a 4-hour time frame. A couple like yesterday. We had it yesterday, and you can see we had a pretty big red candle. And again, you can use dead cross, golden cross on a 4-hour time frame and daily time frame. But mostly people using daily time frame for the golden and dead crosses. 4-hour time frame is much like a time frame for day traders, or if you want to have like the best cost basis on an entry of your position that you are making, like if you're doing DCA, obviously 4-hour time frame, looking into 4-hour time frame and supports on the 4-hour time frame makes sense to have that like 1% better like average on an entry. That's why probably you can look at the indicators on a 4-hour time frame, or just in general 4-hour time frame for the better entry. But obviously, if you're looking in general picture, daily time frame and weekly time frame is the better time frame for you look at. Or even if you're like looking once in a week or even once in a day, I think 4-hour time frame would be much too small of time frame for you to look at, or to daily time frame would be much more significant for you to look at. So current gap between 250 MA, which is upcoming, golden cross, is actually roughly $100. So in 1-2 days we're gonna have the confirmation of a golden cross. Also, what's the definition? How do you define the golden and dead cross? Because a lot of people thinking, oh, we had a bull run, that means we're gonna have the dead cross after a bull run. Oh, we had a correction, we had a bear market, so it means we're gonna have a dead cross. I mean, technically, no, we had a bull market. Yeah, we had a bull cycle, it means we're gonna have a dead cross. We had a bear cycle, it means we're gonna have a golden cross. It is kind of pretty close to the truth, but obviously it's not how you define it. Bear or some cycle, bear bull cycle, just creates the bigger duration of a gap, or just a bigger gap between 250 MA. And what is the dead cross? That's when 50 MA, for example, this blue line is 50 MA. And again, if you're looking at if you're listening this episode on a podcast, you can look at the description of this episode, and you're gonna have a link to the episode on the YouTube, so you can view this thing on a graph to be more accurate. But I'm gonna try to do this more podcast friendly as possible for your ears, not eyes. So when 50 MA crosses from above to below 200 MA, it's called a dead cross. So we are 50 MA, we are at 50 MA. We are crossing 200 MA from above to below. It's called a dead cross. And when we are crossing from below, we are 50 MA. From below to above 200 MA, it's called a golden cross. So that's how you define the golden and dead cross. Obviously, you can see on a 4-hour time frame, again much smaller time frame, we had the dead cross here. 50 MA crossed from above to below, and we had this what is this, a red candle. But again, the bigger actually the duration and the gap between 50 to 100 MA, like you can see the bigger duration and the bigger gap was the bigger impact would be on a confirmation of a golden or death cross. Because if you're gonna look at the like this, you can see it's just such a small duration was on this after a death and golden cross, and it just not a there was not a significant impact, just a regular candle. But actually next candle was pretty much almost new low. Yeah, we created new low. So maybe much more significant, but here, for example, you can see it's not that significant. So on the 4-hour time frame, definitely not the best time frame for you to look at and say, oh, this thing would have pretty significant impact. But again, if it had like a big duration and big gap of duration of a gap it had, so obviously it's gonna be a bigger impact. But on a daily time frame, it's much bigger time frame, obviously, and impact of these golden and death crosses is gonna be obviously much bigger because this time frame is much bigger. So yeah, upcoming golden cross, we're gonna see, maybe we're gonna see some volume, may see some pump. So yeah, I forgot what we was talking about. Bitcoin. So current indicators, what other than MAs that we were talking about for half an hour already. MACD is looking neutral on the 4-hour time frame. RSI is kind of also neutral. Daily time frame, RSI is kind of oversold. MACD is trying to curve to the upside, which would be the finish of a red phase, but it's trying. It's still in a red phase, which is pretty negative. Weekly time frame is kind of looking bad because we are finishing the green phase. RSI is kind of neutral, and we had a close below the previous opens and closes of below previous candles, and currently we are again trading below the previous close, so it is pretty bad. So yeah, current indicators, except of obviously upcoming golden cross, is kind of negative, but maybe a golden cross will create some volume that is, oh my god, where's my volume? It's gone. No, it's here. You can maybe it's gonna create some volume to the upside, and we can see some much more positive indicators on a 4-hour time frame, daily time frame, and maybe on a weekly, but weekly again is too big of a time frame to be changed so fast. So yeah, also I think a lot of people heard about Litecoin news, and yeah, so this, for example, this candle, it was also impact on this candle, and you can see how big of this candle was, and most of the impact was from Litecoin news, from pump and dump Litecoin news. You can see even on the bitcoin.com news section, there's literally everywhere this notification that Walmart and Litecoin news was fake. Because I mean I think everybody knows already what happened, but probably nobody thinking about people who actually heard about this news and never heard about this news being fake. So that's why I think this is pretty important to have the notification, or just like banners that those news were fake, because again, you know, a lot of people just following some specific one or two sources, and one of two sources can who posted actually the Walmart and Litecoin partnership actually just posted this partnership and then deleted, and never said that it was fake. So they just deleted that thing, and that's all. So, you know, for them to know that those thing was fake, it's pretty hard if they are using just one source. So, you know, that's why this thing is pretty significant. But I think everybody, if you're watching YouTube, everybody was talking about this thing for some time and made tons of the videos on YouTube. Okay, so what other things we got? Ethereum transfer fees drop from recent highs. So layer 2 Ethereum solutions between 46.97 cheaper percent. Also, there's a lot of positive sentiment that comes from Ukraine. I think, for example, this article is the most useless article in the world because mining is not banned in Ukraine and does not require licensing. Key crypto advisor says. First of all, the only countries that require licensing is actually the countries that has restriction on mining, like China. You can actually mine, have a mining rigs in China, but you need permission, and obviously everything that need permission gonna have a much smaller volume. So you can imagine you saw a lot of people moving from China to other countries. So, but it's kind of useless article. But again, a lot of positive sentiment comes from Ukraine specifically. This is another article from Ukraine's President Zelensky has sent a team to El Salvador on fact-finding mission to aid his plans to make Bitcoin legal tender. And again, also there's a lot of pump news around Ukraine that is, it's confirmed, or there's some specific dates when it's gonna happen. And I think since we got this Walmart Lancoin news, you need to keep in mind, nothing is confirmed unless it's fully confirmed. So you don't need to like take these dates too serious, or somebody who is saying it is like will be confirmed, you know, will be in 5 years, will be in 100 years, who knows, in 1,000 years, will be. Yeah, so confirmed is not confirmed, as you can imagine. Bitcoin miner, another news from mining companies. Bitcoin miner Greenidge, it's a mining company, set for Nasdaq listing through merger. So it is positive news. It is pretty good thing for the crypto adoption and just what's the word? Yeah, just crypto adoption, whatever. Institutional traders flock to Solana as demand for Ethereum and BTC flattens, which is actually, I think, not the truth, because if you're gonna look at the Solana, this thing is pretty flat. It's not making new highs. It's kind of shrinking down even in volume. But if you're gonna look at the Polkadot, which is another pretty big major coin, it's actually making new highs, higher highs since the correction, or at least in the last for roughly 4 years, for a month, it's making new highs. So I think if you're gonna put the institutional traders flocks to Polkadot as demand for Ethereum and BTC flattens, would be much more accurate article, but you get the point. Ethereum Foundation backs Spruce's vision for decentralized identity verification. And also NYAG shuts down CoinSeed for converting customer funds into Doge without consent, or aka permission. So yeah, that's pretty much all news and tea for today. We had a lot of, where is this thing? A lot of interesting news and indicator, upcoming golden crosses and stuff like that. Also, other major coins like Cardano, for example, it was pumping pretty significantly, but after that it got rejected from 2.7 and currently trading kind of flat, same as other major coin like Ethereum BNB. So yeah, even Solana is trading down, except of only Polkadot. That is probably the only major coin that is making new highs right now, and having a lot of attention. So yeah, that's pretty much all news and TA for today. Again, waiting for the golden cross on the BTC on a daily time frame, and maybe the 50 resistance test, and then new all-time high, which would be pretty nice. To the moon.